Hi. Every Wednesday, I promise to present a different spiritual practice every other Wednesday. Some practices might be easy for you, and others might be a little harder. A couple of weeks ago, I explained about the spiritual practice of a prayer walk, and I hope you've been practicing that at home. Today, I want to talk about journal writing. Journaling is a way to keep you centered. It can help you identify with your strengths and your weaknesses, give you an opportunity to reflect and self-analysis, and just so much more. It's actually surprising how much we can learn about ourselves and our thoughts and our feelings by just simply journaling. Helen Sapero, in her book called Journaling as a Spiritual Practice, Encountering God Through Attentive Writing, she writes these words: writing has the power to help you see the beauty of God at work in your life and your experiences. When you express your inner thoughts and feelings in a journal, you'll be surprised just how much you discover about God in the process, and how God will use your journal as a tool to transform you. So, how do we spiritual journal? Well, like most spiritual practice, there is no one way, but there are some tips to help you. First, choose a place and time that suits you. Get ready. That place can be anywhere, like a corner of your house to a busy coffee place, maybe. And find a particular time of day that suits you best. Maybe it's early in the morning or later in the evening. Then, buy a journal that appeals to you for writing in. I like this one because of the birds. Or maybe you'd prefer to write digitally, so create a file on your computer. And then when you're ready to start, begin with a time of quiet prayer, centering yourself, and allowing God to guide you and help you in your spiritual journey. And when you begin to write, remember to give yourself the freedom to write anything. Don't worry about grammar or spelling or being logical. Just write down what's on your mind. Write what's true and real. Remember, God loves you unconditionally. And if you're not sure what to start writing about or where to begin, then these might be some ideas for you. Write about things that happened the day before that you're grateful for. Consider them like God sightings. Write about a challenge that you're facing or a decision that you're trying to make. Write about your fears. Ask God to give you the courage to write openly and honestly about them. Maybe write about a childhood memory, like the story that I wrote about the other day about my mother on washing Mondays. Maybe write about yourself. Think about the names that God might use to describe you and journal a prayer to God in response to those names. Your writing can take any form. It might be a trail of thoughts, a letter to God, dear God, maybe a prayer, or perhaps even a poem to God. It really doesn't matter. And don't worry about finishing it either. Maybe you just set enough time for yourself each day and you come back to it. Or maybe you won't. Maybe you'll move on to something else. But be sure at the end to read through it. And as you read through your journal, be open to learning more about yourself. Be open to meeting God in your writing. Be open to what God might be saying to you. And be open to allowing God to transform you. So, enjoy your journal writing. I'm going to carry on right now. Go on. Give it a go.